Okay, so today we're going to add our circles and our dots. First we're going to trace a paint palette and this little dish. You just want to make sure they're dry. So when you pick them up, they could be wet from yesterday from kids painting. So I had to grab a paper towel and dry this off, okay? Now I can share this and this with my neighbor, okay? Also need a pencil for this. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna find a space where I wanna trace this circle. Now I do not, and it's okay if it goes off the page a little bit like this, I do not want to draw on top of my animal, of course. So I'm just going to be super careful. And I want you to draw very light with your pencil because ideally we don't want to see the pencil lines. I'm drawing a little bit darker so that it can show up on the video here. But if you have light paper like me, you might actually consider using a white colored pencil, okay? And trying that because you should still be able to see the lines. We just don't want them to show up dark because we want just to see our dots. So there's a circle. Maybe I do another one here. I don't want to overlap these though, so I'm going to space them out a little bit. Going around my animal, it's okay if it goes off the paper. And then maybe I put one more here. So I'm leaving just a little bit of space in between them. Do you see that? Yeah. Around my animal. So again, try not to press very hard with your pencil. Now with this little circle, maybe you only want to do big circles and that's fine, but I'm going to take my little circle and I want to try to put it right in the middle of my big circle. Right in the middle, as best as I can. And I'm only going to see part of this. I know it's in the middle because I see the same amount of space all the way around. So maybe I just gave this to my partner and I'm doing the middle, okay? Now, you can go put this back because we don't really need that today. Your next step is to start your dots. Your goal today is to get one color on. So you need to talk to your partner and say, what color are you doing and what color am I doing? And you take your paint palette and you walk over, go get those two paint colors that you need. So maybe I'm doing blue and my partner wants to do red. I'm thinking of a color that's gonna look good with my purple, okay? The other thing is the Aboriginal people only used colors that were found in nature because remember their original drawings were in the sand and the dirt with sticks and leaves and things like that. So if you pick a color, you need to be able to tell me where you've seen that color before in nature. So for me, I want to do blue. Can anyone think of where you might see this bright blue color in nature? A color that God made? Yes, sir. Water. Can anyone think of another place you might see this nice pretty blue color?
Everywhere because the sky's blue.
The sky. Sometimes the sky looks like this nice blue. Like I bet you it's going to look like this today. Okay, so what I'm doing is first I'm going to take my dots and the first thing I want to do is trace my animal. So I just took a Q-tip, dipped it in, and I'm spacing my dots out. When my paint runs out, I just dip it in a little bit more. So see how I got quite a few dots without having to re-dip? I'm going around my animal, trying not to get paint on the purple part. Leaving a little bit of space in between each dot. I'm not getting too much paint on this Q-tip because I don't want like big dots and then little dots. We're going to do all questions at the very, very end so I can show you this first. So first, tracing my animal with one color. While I'm doing this, my partner is using another color am I using that color that my partner's using?
Yeah.
No. I want you to just start with one color today, okay? This is kind of, consider it your outline color. Now you're gonna have to be careful when you're dotting that you're not resting your arm down on your painting because you're gonna smudge your dots, okay? Now the next step is that same color, I'm gonna trace all of my pencil lines. So anywhere I see pencil, and this is why we don't wanna draw our pencil lines very dark, because on my paper, see how you can see the pencil, okay? Hopefully on your paper, you're not going to. If you have a dark paper, you're still gonna use pencil so it won't show up as dark. And if you have light paper like me, I want you to try using that white colored pencil and see if it looks any better. Tracing all of the circles, leaving just a little space in between each dot. This is kind of therapeutic. Does anybody know what that means?
No.
Think about what maybe that means. Kind of means it just kind of relaxes you, makes you feel good, gets your mind off of anything. Okay, so after I get done with this, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna finish going around this line and this line, all with blue, okay? Then next time we are gonna start with other colors and I'm gonna show you how you're gonna do that.